Hi, little birds. Okay, I don't know if any of you follow the news, but you probably do if you follow me. But this is a very evolving situation and what is going on in the United States of America. And our president is just a douchebag, okay? I don't know of any other way to put it, but he's a douchebag, okay? So now at least 60 companies of the Fortune 500 minus 5 have come out and said, hey, Trump, slow your little horses. Don't do this. Don't roll back transgender rights and protections for these people, because obviously they see a value in having equal rights. Otherwise, they have to spend extra money to discriminate against these people. And that's kind of what they basically said, is that this isn't going to be good. Stop. And so the DOJ went ahead and submitted a letter to the Supreme Court saying, hey, go ahead and approve this. Make this law. Make it happen. You know what? Really? We're not in the 1960s. We're not in the 50s. We're not in the 30s. It's 2018. Recognize people. Accept them for who they are. It doesn't matter your race, your color, your gender. Who gives a flying rat's ass? Like, really? So, and then another report today came out that scientists and the medical community have come out and basically said the same exact thing. That Trump, don't do this. This is what we're recommending. And these people need to be able to transition and be comfortable with themselves and be in their own skin. And if he goes through with this and the whole government decide this will be the definition of what gender is, then I can guarantee you that rate of attempted suicide within our community won't be 40%. I can probably say it'll be upwards of 60-75% that will attempt suicide. That's a very real consequence that, as Americans, as a society, are we willing to do that just because of our own insecurities over gender? Some people would probably say yes, which, you know what? Why don't you go to Nazi Germany? Why don't you look up what they did there? This is no different than that. And I watched a YouTuber from Australia, and she was like, I'm not trying to erase anybody's identity. Well, you just said you don't support anything that Trump puts out, and you don't believe that it will erase our identities by him doing this. It will erase our identities. Yes, it won't erase us as people. We will still be here. We will still exist. But it will erase how we identify and connect with ourselves. It will harm us. It doesn't help anybody to be locked into a body that you don't identify with, that you don't connect with. And I know a lot of people don't understand that, but try to talk to a transgender person. Get their perspective. For you to judge us and say, okay, this is what we're going to do. We don't agree with anything you're doing. This is some kind of crazy movement. This is not some crazy movement. We're not crazy people. We're not. We are thinking perfectly fine. We know how we feel. And I say feel, but it's more than a feeling. It's in your head. It's a knowing. You just know that you were not meant to be this way. So, again, this is very evolving. There are things happening behind scenes. It is very fluid. Very fluid. It's ridiculous. And, you know, there's been so many reports on both sides, and you know what? Hopefully the right people went out. What I can say, what we can do, you know, get out, make your voices heard. Get out there and be heard. Don't be shy. Don't be scared. Be bold. Be out there. Let your voice be heard. Because ultimately, if we're just sitting aside on the sidelines, and we're just letting them win. Like, for instance, I'm going down to Sacramento on the 10th. And I plan to, you know, be out there. If I get photographed, if I get filmed, whatever. Great. I hope they paint me in a great picture. Get my good side. No, I don't know. But, you know, we have to be out there. We have to be the voice. Otherwise, the narrative is going to be from people we may not want doing our narrative. That narrative has to come from us. It cannot come from anybody else. You know, I mean, do we really want a YouTuber from Australia commenting on American politics? Does she even know anything about American politics? Has she even lived in America? No. So keep your opinions out of our business. You know, you're not even trans. You don't understand transgender people. You're not even gay. So why would you comment on something you aren't interested in, you aren't involved in, you don't know anything about? Yeah, you'll make people angry. And yeah, it kind of made me angry. I went off on her. I wrote a huge paragraph on her page, and I'm like, look, you say you're not erasing people, but you're erasing people. There's no way to put it. So please get out and vote. Voting is probably the best way at this point that we can get our voices out there. Hey, support groups that support us, like the HRC and other groups. You know, if you have like a couple bucks you can spare, donate to them so that they have the funds and means to go after our government and to protect us. Because ultimately, you know, some of these things cost money. And if it doesn't come from the rich 1%, which I can guarantee you it won't, then it needs to come from the masses, all of us. So continue to be out there, continue to be your authentic selves, and please hit the subscribe button. If you like this video, great, like it. If you don't, fine, hate on it. I'll take the haters too. As well, you know, hit the little notification bell, and I will see you next time. Bye!